Alright guys, welcome back to another Dokkan Battle video. So today we're going to have a wee discussion with Veteran Trainer Jon. Now the reason I've got Jon on the line is we've actually just finished recording two races which you can see uploaded on both of our channels tomorrow, so make sure you keep an eye out for them, come back tomorrow. No spoilers in this video, but they were very interesting and quite a lot of fun. I'm sure you would agree, Jon?
Oh yeah, they're great. They're great.
So for this video we're actually going to discuss, I'm going to touch on a little bit of part one of this celebration, but it's mainly going to be part two of this Halloween celebration that we're going to be talking about. So first of all, Jon, what's your thoughts on this kind of strange banner that we got for this celebration? Obviously, not getting any new units on a banner makes it a bit odd, but the actual banner itself, I would say, is fairly decent. What's your thoughts on it?
If they had just put a new unit on this banner, I feel like it could have been like the perfect banner, because all of the first 5 featured characters on the banner are like extremely good and haven't really been around a lot. Like Bardock, I mean, Cooler's been back a couple times now in the Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku. This is his third time back.
Yeah.
And then the second time for this future Gohan, which it's kind of crap that this is the banner that they decided to put him on, where one that a lot of people aren't gonna summon on a lot because there's no new units. But then Android 13, this is his third time back too, so like those first 5 units are like crazy good.
Yeah, I mean, I would generally say a lot of people aren't going to summon on this. I mean, I did summon. I'll drop a hyperlink up above so people can check that out. But I think that summon in session I did was a bit of an exception to the rule. You're not going to get luck the way that I got luck on this banner. But what I would say is, I agree with you. However, if you were to take off, let's just say, for example, Namek Goku and Vegeta, I'd say that they're probably been back more than anyone on this banner. Namek Goku's got to the point where he feels like he's been on a lot of banners now. Obviously Vegeta has been on a lot of banners. If you took both of them off, or one of them off, and replaced it with a new unit, my worry would be that this banner would be approaching celebration levels, you know what I mean? Because it's that good. If you'd put a new unit on it, it would have kind of outshined, maybe even, no, I might be stretching it a bit. Well, it would have outshined the upcoming banner with Gotenks and Boo, you know. That would be my only issue there. But I would say that it's a good banner.
Yeah, it's a great banner. It's like these units, like they don't really correlate with each other, so the fact that they're all here together is like crazy.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it's like a good mix up of units.
Yeah,
it is.
And the other thing about
they
this,
just should have done more discounts. That's all I'm going to say. More discount summons, except for the 140 stone summon.
Well, the other thing, I don't know, they don't advertise this very well. I didn't see it anywhere. But every multi you do, you get a free Elder Kai as well. So you get 10 red coins and you get a free Elder Kai. It doesn't say that anywhere though, but you do get a free Elder Kai with each multi.
I saw it. Was it The Truth that he did a summon video on it, and he's like, wow, I'm getting, it's like, that's not on the banner anywhere. You can't see that.
Didn't tell you that. And I think that I would say that increases the value. Well, if you just pull 10 crap units, getting an Elder Kai doesn't really increase the value of the banner that much. But obviously if you pull 1 or 2 of these units and you get a few Elder Kais, that's pretty good, because as much as people say, oh, they throw Elder Kais at you, I'm always wanting for Elder Kais.
I've got like 4 Elder Kais in my box right now, and there's like units that I want to use them on. I'm just being hesitant to use them on. Like I've got LRs I'd like to SA 20, but it's like if I use this Kai on it, it's like I can't use this Kai for something else.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm the kind of same boat as that. I think I had 7, and I just used them all on Super 17, because I've had Super 17 and I've never really bothered to do anything with them. But obviously with the Easy A coming up, which is actually a really good segue into what we're going to talk about next. But with his Easy A coming up, I've started to work on him. I've awakened him. I've put some Elder Kais into him. I know you can semi.
Why didn't you just wait for the because you can they give you like 10 Grand Kais.
I'll use them anyway. Well, he's going to go to level 15, so I'll use the Grand Kais on somebody else that's blue anyway. I'm always looking to do something. So, mentioning Super 17, we're going to move on to talking about part 2 of this celebration. And we're not going to go into every single thing in part 2. We're going to go
Okay.
talk about the things that people care about, right? Because the story events are all returning story events. People aren't going to earn stones out of them. You know, the main thing that people are going to look to earn stones for them is going to be the Easy A for Super 17. Now, I'm looking at the wiki here. Hopefully you're looking at the wiki as well, so that you can kind of be looking at the same information as me. And on this one, he is AGL, so he'll be weak against tech characters, and his main weakness is going to be against the Dragon Ball Seekers category. Now, to me, that's quite good, because the Dragon Ball Seekers category is probably one of the most free to play friendly categories in the entire game. So a lot of people should be able to build a good team out of this. I don't know about you, but have you got the trio?
Yeah, I've got the trio with one dupe, so yeah, I've got them.
You've got the trio. But I take it even as a backup, you would have had the secondary lead anyway, which would be Goku and Arale.
Oh yeah, I've got them. Got them and the Goku.
I mean,
Goku.
I really like. I must admit, I really like this category. It's something that I do run from time to time, because I really like that Bulma, the April Fool's Bulma that we just got. I think she's a really good character. I enjoy using the Easy A Kid. I don't know if you call him Kid Goku Jr. Is that what he's called? The one from Dragon Ball GT. I find him to be a good character as well. Obviously, you've got stuff like B-Pan, Bulma,
and the tech transforming Frieza. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I find it to be a really, really good category. But I don't know how I'll run against 17 though, because obviously, ideally you want as many tech characters on there as you can get, so that you get the boost from tech, and you also get the boost from using Dragon Ball Seeker characters. So I'm kind of wondering what team I'm going to build.
I would probably, obviously, if you have the LR trio, I'd use them. Then Tech Ginyu, the Extreme Tech LR Ginyu, he's a good choice to run, but I mean, I think Super might be a better choice against them.
Yeah.
But the only real Super Tech Dragon Ball Seekers unit is like the Bulma, and she's not going to do much damage, really.
Nah, not at all. I agree with you there. I mean, to be honest, now that I'm looking at it, I might go more int focused, because I've got the 50% support Kid Gohan. Obviously, you've got the Goku, the Int Goku, the Int Kid Goku. You've got the Dragon Ball trio, the GT trio. You've got Giru, who's given a good support boost as well, and you've got Goku Jr. I mean, that alone seems to me like Int is going to be the way to go.
Yeah, and then you could throw on like the Zamasu. The Int Zamasu has like damage reduction, or you could go with the tech, like the Frieza, transforming Frieza. And then like LR Tech Ginyu could be a good like throw in as well, because type advantage, and he's in the category. So I mean, he won't take a lot of damage. At least he might not deal out a lot, but he won't take a whole lot either.
I think I might end up running that April Fool's Bulma. Like I say, I really like that unit, and I'm hoping, I might be a bit of a stretch here, but I'm hoping that the fact that we've easy aid the Halloween characters this year, maybe next April Fool's they'll think about maybe awakening the April Fool's characters, which I would really enjoy them. I'd really like them to do. Some of those characters are decent, like the 8-bit Budokai characters. You've got
they're good.
Bulma. You know, it would be good. Let's not worry about Yamcha. Yamcha is literally an April Fool's character. It's a joke. But there came a point. Yeah. I think it was round about the 8-bit characters. Round about then, they started to actually make the April Fool characters useful. You know what I mean? They made them be like half decent units.
Before that was like the waifu trophy card, basically, that you can't even run. So it doesn't have a passive or anything. So you can't run that unit. And then before that, what was this? Was it the Cyberman?
Yeah.
I don't even have that one.
No, I don't have that one either. And then I think the Yamchas were April Fool cards as well, weren't they?
Yeah, but they were better before you Dokkan awakened them.
Yeah.
They actually get worse after you awaken them. So, but they're not particularly good either.
So I'm kind of crossing my fingers that next year they might give us an awakening for those April Fool's units, and maybe drop an Easy A at the same time. So that would be pretty decent. But now that we've talked about how you get through the Easy A for Super 17, let's take a look at what he's actually like after he Easy A's. So where is his information? Here it's here. Right, Super 17, Extreme Sea Awakened. So, once you give him his awakening, I must admit, I've not even looked at what he's like. I've not seen the JP showcases or anything like that. I'd actually, believe it or not, people probably won't believe this, but I try and keep myself as fresh as possible. I mean, summons are different, but easy A's and stuff like that, I don't always look into them. You know, I don't play. I've got a JP account, I don't play it that often, so I don't really spend
Either.
that much time focused on it. So, his leader skill, you're not really going to use it that often unless it's something like Super Battle Road. But it's key plus
Or like,
3 Battlefield.
Battlefield. Yeah.
Key plus 3 HP attack and defense 130 for extreme AGL. Super AGL is key plus 3 HP attack and defense plus 90. Yeah, that is what it is.
I really wish they would have done like 150% for these guys after their EZA. Like HP attack and defense 150. Like, I feel like that would have been much better, and it made them like more viable because you could have actually ran an AGL team or like a mono team with that kind of leader skill. You know,
I think with these guys they put a lot more focus into their passives, but didn't they? I mean, we'll get to their passives in a minute, but I think their main focus was let's buff these passives up as much as we can. I mean, let me just double check. His super attack is greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage to the enemy, and greatly lowers defense. What was it before? It was just causes immense damage and greatly lowers defense. So he's obviously
a lot better now because he's not going to take any damage because he's got damage reduction built in. So as long as he's not in the first slot, he's gonna be beastly.
Yeah, I mean, looking at him, it looks like you would want to really probably additionals with him then, because obviously if he's greatly raising attack and defense for 1 turn and he's greatly lowered the defense, if he then gets an additional, he's going to smash that character really, really hard. So I'm thinking maybe a mix of additionals and stick a couple of crit on, because it's always good to do that, do you know what I mean? But looks like that might be the way to go with him. So his passive, you touched on it there, is damage received minus 40%, key plus 1 up to plus 3, attack plus 30% up to 150, that's a good boost, and damage received minus 6% up to 30% with each attack received. Target Goku category allies chance of performing a critical hit. This is why I'm glad I pulled dupes for Android 13. Man, that's going to be a good. That's going to be a good rotation. That.
I was like, this is going to be great. Like, plus 17%. Oh, dude, this. I didn't even know about the critical hit chance, but like, he's not going to take any damage, and he's going to deal a lot of damage, and then he's going to increase the chance to crit. So you really don't even need to put crit into him because he's got almost a 20% chance to crit. Baked in. That's nuts. Does any of his links give crit too? Because like that could be. I don't think so.
Which his links are Android Assault, Fear and Faith. Mind you, it only shows you. Oh, it does show you them at level 10. Fused Fighter. Oh wait a minute, Fused Fighter. Does Android 13 have Fused Fighter as well? He will, won't he?
I think so.
Android. No, he doesn't. Why doesn't he? Android 13 should totally have Fused Fighter. I mean, he literally absorbs the parts from 14 and 15 to become Super Android 13.
Yeah. But he's on the power absorption category, so they might consider that different. Oh no, this unit's on it too. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. Unless his links are just so amazing, he would actually be a detriment to him to have it.
Well, yeah, there is that. So
no, that army, they could have got rid of that probably.
This guy's looking pretty good. It says his awakening is on the 29th of October, so what's that, next Thursday? For me, it would be next Thursday anyway, because obviously my time zone's different. So
it is.
I think it drops on Friday morning for me.
Yeah, it'll be Friday probably for me too, because it's be 1 in the morning on Friday.
Yeah, I think I might live stream that. I've only done one live stream for Dokkan, but I think I'm going to live stream that one. It's difficult. I don't really know how to make a video about an easy. I've done them before where I'll basically record the last 3 stages, because if you use a team to beat the last 3 stages, obviously you can use that same team. Yeah, but I might live stream it. We'll see. But I'm actually getting now that I've read that, I've went from being yay, there's going to be an easy A for Super 17 to I can't wait for this easy A for Super 17.
I might. If I do a showcase for him, I might just throw in the team I used at the beginning of the video that beat it, maybe just put a little quick, hey, this is the team I used to beat all 30 stages, and then just go on to the showcase. That way you don't have to dwell on it. But
No, that's a good enough point. Have you got him, I take it, yeah?
what's that?
Have you got the character, I take it, yeah?
Yeah, I think I have like 2 dupes in him. Maybe 3. He's like one of the only 120 leads I don't have rainbowed.
I'll be honest, I didn't have him, and I used purple stones to buy 3 copies of him.
Yeah,
he just
yeah, me too.
he just dodged me. He avoided me like crazy. And
He wasn't really. Yeah, I've got 2 dupes in him.
Yeah, so I've now got him.
He hasn't really been on a lot of banners. Really, he's like not been on a lot since I started playing.
I think secretly I hoped that I would have pulled him with my memorial tickets. I had, as you know, I had like 647 summons.
Yeah, he had more
and
than Rami.
I know, and Havohai. I never got him, and I was gutted because I was like, I should have just bought him with bloody stones, because out of all my summons, I think I got like 7 characters I could have used, and I was like, you know what, still, it's fine, I get plenty of Baba points, I could live off those Baba points for a good while anyway. So, part 2 of the celebration, we've got one more thing coming after 17, and I think it's worth talking about because one of the things people have been anticipating for quite a while, which would be the World Tournament. And I'm not going to start with the hypest thing, we'll look at Trunks first. So, the main reward for the World Tournament is going to be this friendly battle, Trunks team. These are alright. I mean, I think the problem with World Tournament characters is they take so bloody long to get an awakening, do you know what I mean? That you're just like, ugh.
Yeah, it's at sometimes like at least a year before they get their awakening, because there's so many backlogged units that need them.
Yeah, I wish they would just release them at the same time as an awakening. I don't know why they don't do it. Because they're never going to be like top tier, so why not just give us an awakening with the guys when they come out? But anyway, we'll take a look at them anyway. So his super attack is he causes supreme damage with a medium chance of stunning the enemy. Well, that's alright. So obviously when he awakens, it's probably going to go to a high chance in it, so that's decent.
Or they could just add something else, like maybe like boost attack and defense or something. They could do a couple things. This is very bland for modern standards.
No, that's true. His passive is attacking defense plus 70%, changes physical key spears to rainbow key spears, medium chance of evading enemy attacks, including the super attack. Oh, he's a support from movie heroes. Movie heroes category allies, key plus 2, plus 20% attack and 10%.
That's
defense.
Not a bad free to play support for that category though. It's really not.
It's not. The only problem is to get him with 4 dupes. You need to go. You need to put so much freaking effort.
That's not worth the grind. He's not worth that grind. I'm gonna get that 1 copy of him, and I might grind up the Elder Kais, and then after that, I'm done. There's no way.
You say You say that now, but then we flip over to the part of the World Tournament that makes the grind worth it, which is resurrected overwhelming power Demon King Piccolo. Now, this guy,
I have never once gotten first place in my local, so
I've always had first place in my local.
I've grinded up 50 million points before, and I didn't get first place in my local. I don't know who the heck they're pairing me with. Like, they go hard.
I didn't even think I'd go hard, and I average like 90 million.
90 million? Dude, I use all of my stamina. I try not to use Dragon Stones. I try to get a plus of Dragon Stones for the World Tournament. And like, I'll sit there grinding it all day on my phone, and it pisses my wife off.
Yeah.
Like, it ticks me off too, But it's like, at a certain point, it's like, I don't know. I think the highest I've almost gotten 10 million once. And then after that, it's like, that was only because it wasn't a very hype reward.
With me, with World Tournament, I'll be completely honest, I get most of my score day 1. I've usually pretty much done all the missions day 1, because I just grind the hell out of it the first day. And then the second day, I start all positive, I get about halfway through the day and I'm like, oh my god, this is doing my head in. And then by day 3, I'm just like, can this just end already? I tried to explain it to my wife, because she does play some mobile games, she doesn't play this though, and I says, no. World Tournament's an event where basically you aim as a player to build a team so that you can click the button, move to the character, hit one set of attacks, finish, move on. You try and build your team in such a way that you finish everybody with one hit. So essentially what you're trying to do is build a team where you click, go, move, finish, click, go, move, finish, click, go, move, finish, and that's the repetition. It's just, there's no skill, there's no nothing. You're just basically, oh crap, I might get hit, use a ghost usher, fine, done. Oh, I'm not going to get hit, fine, bang. It's so boring.
The worst part is when the enemy starts moving away from you when you get close. So you have to spend an extra turn or two chasing it down.
Yeah.
I hate the World Tournament. Like it takes too long to get everything done, and then it's like you take so much damage if they actually hit you. It's ridiculous.
You can't get hit. I mean, when you can at the start, when you get to, once you've got your run about 30 wins in a row, you cannot get hit. You can't.
Well, at that I focus on getting to 20 wins in a row. Then after that, like the multiplier you get for keeping that streak, it's like it stops gaining after 20, and then it's not even that big of a multiplier, really.
Yeah,
like it still takes like a whole round of World Tournament to get another 1,000,000 points, even with that multiplier on. You get like 100,000 more or so. So like it adds up, but it's like it's not that huge of a deal at that point. Once I get my 20 wins in a row, I don't really care if I die and start over.
Well, I remember one time in my local where I was actually watching the guy below me, and I'm like, I got to like 10 million ahead of him, and then I thought I'll take a break, I'll watch a bit of TV, and I looked at my phone 15 minutes later, and he'd put it back to 7, and I was like, all right, I ran away, get 10 million ahead of him again. He didn't do anything. I waited about an hour. I looked. He must have thought I'd stopped, and he started running again. I'm like, you're going to make me do this all night, ain't you, man? And I ended up doing it until like I'd stayed up like 3 hours later than I was supposed to stay up. There was 4 hours left until it finished, and I worked it out in my head, and I'm like, there's no way he can catch me. Unless he cheats somehow, there's no way he can catch me. I went to sleep. And I managed to hold on to it, but the guy obviously didn't realise that he couldn't catch me, because when I seen the local scores, he had kept going, The thing was, but the guy below him was nowhere near him. But anyway, right. Sorry, we were supposed to look very quickly at Demon King Piccolo, right? So, Demon King Piccolo. Obviously, this is a transformation character. We have Terrifying Conquerors, which is good. There's not that many leads for that. Category key plus 3, HP attack and defense at 120. So that's a solid lead for that category.
Good. Yeah, that's a great leader, especially free to play. If you don't have the cooler, you could definitely run a good team with this guy as your leader.
100%. He super attack, he raises defense for 1 turn, and he causes colossal damage to the enemy. He greatly raises defense for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage to the enemy on his 18 key. His passive skill is, I hate these ones. Attack plus 6,000. I hate flat boosts like that. I just don't like them. Attack plus 6,000 per tech key spear obtained. He reduces damage received by 50% with 5 or more key spears obtained. So that's any key spears. He's going to tank quite well. He randomly changes key spears of a certain type to tech. So you're easily going to get 5 key spears with him. Rejuvenate with the power of the Dragon Balls when conditions are met. So that's his transformation. How you do that is from the 7th turn. That's quite a long way. From the 7th turn of battle, when there is a Dragon Ball Saga, World Tournament, or Dragon Ball Seekers category enemy. He's not going to transform that often then, is he?
I mean, no.
You were trying to find something to say.
I still think he's good enough to run.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Let's see how he is when he transforms to see how much we're missing out on though. Right, so obviously his leader skill stays the same. His super attack, attacking defense for 1 turn causes colossal damage to the enemy. How much is that changed? Nah, he adds attack. Basically the only difference is he adds attack and defense. So he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes mega colossal on his 18 key. His passive is attack plus 666 versus gains 666 extra per key spear obtained. He reduces damage by 66% for 5 turns at the start of turn. Is that the same as well?
No, he didn't get that. That's a guaranteed 66%. And it's 50% the key spheres, yeah.
And he reduces damage received by 50% with 5 or more key spears obtained starting from the 6th turn. Right, okay.
It doesn't stack, yeah. That would be nuts if he stacked.
I mean, he's better, but he's not that much better. I wouldn't say that he's...
big thing is he's greatly raising attack and defense
Yeah.
instead of just defense. So he's going to put out more damage, and you don't have to worry about the orbs for the first 5 turns. And it's 16% more damage reduction. Like he's a better tank for sure, and there's definitely some benefits to transforming. But like I said, he's great to run before he transforms. And
I think the most exciting thing about him and the best thing about him is he buffs the Namekian category.
But that's not the best thing about him, though. The best thing about him is that you get to run the free-to-play, tech, cooler, Terrifying Conqueror support on his team. That's the best thing.
Well, yeah.
I think he's like a 50%. He's like a crazy good buff for the team. I think. Let me pull him up real quick. Oh no, it's just 30%. Never mind. But still.
But even at that, I just think that I know everybody agrees with this. I've beaten the Legendary Goku event, plug, with the Namekians. They are a good team. They're just lacking in things like Global finally having this character when Global gets the easy A for Lord Slug and stuff like that. The Namekians category is looking a lot better, and it just really bugs me that Dokkan just has to do one thing and the Namekians category would be so much better, and it's so simple.
Separate the Piccolo.
Yes! Like, can we not just specify Piccolo with Nail?
There's cards that transforms, and they both change their name after they transform, because it's a big deal, obviously, when he's Piccolo to Piccolo with Nail, and then Piccolo to Piccolo with Kami. Like, it's a big thing. They distinctly differentiate it in the cards where he transforms. Why don't they differentiate it on the other cards? Like,
Because they don't want to put in the effort of going back into the database and changing the cards. I can't actually think of a justifiable reason behind it. The Namekians it's so bad that the Namekian category doesn't even need new cards. It just needs variations to the cards it already has. That would be like, basically what they've done to Piccolo would be if they called every Goku card Goku and didn't make things like Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 2 stand out. I mean, I know it's not quite the same.
It's like Gogeta, just naming Gogeta Goku, because it's a different character. He's absorbed someone. He's two characters together, So if every Gogeta was just Goku,
Vegeta stands would go mental at that.
I know Piccolo doesn't change his name because he's still the dominant personality, but whatever. But it's still the same thing. They're joining together.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the thing about Piccolo. When you think about Piccolo, Piccolo was Piccolo. Piccolo then absorbed Nail, and he became a new level, right? So essentially that was him ascending to Super Saiyan, but in the Namekian form, if you know what I mean. And then that Piccolo, which was Piccolo and Nail, he then absorbs Kami. So essentially that's him.
Like, he doesn't even know what to call himself.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. He just defaults to Piccolo because that's the form he takes.
So essentially, when you think about it, essentially what he's doing is achieving a new level, which is what the Saiyans do. But they obviously got a different colour of hair, so that's it. They stand out, you know what I mean? But that's not very fair in Piccolo, because Piccolo has had that ascension. So you should make him stand out, because OG Piccolo and Piccolo and Nail are not the same. They're the same character, but they're not the same character in the way that Super Saiyan 1 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Goku are not the same character, although they are.
They separate Ma Jr. from Piccolo. They have that separation there.
Oh,
the Dragon Ball Piccolo.
Yeah.
They have that separated. And it's like, that's obviously less different than him absorbing Nail or him absorbing Kami.
And they do it with Ub as well. Ub and Majub.
Yeah.
You can run them in the same team. The new Ub you can run on the same team as Majub. Do you know what I mean? But let's be honest, it's still Ub.
Younger, but yeah. Yeah, it's a little younger then, so.
But it still counts. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I'd say that this World Tournament is worth grinding for, John, because I think this guy is going to be decent. And what is it? If you get first place locally, you get two of
copies.
them? Two of them? Yep, so you're looking at what? At least 3 World Tournaments before you can rainbow the guy. Yay.
Yeah, I'll be out.
So that means that this World Tournament, Yamcha will be added to the pot for pools. Yeah, Yamcha should be put into the ticket pool. So you'll be able to pull him as well. And I think Awakening wise, who should we be due Awakening wise? High School Goku? High School Gohan? I think he might get his Awakening now.
I think it's his turn. I think someone shared it. It was him and someone else.
I think
But yeah.
Vegito. I think Vegito's the one after. I can't remember who it is. I don't even have that Gohan. I hope I get him. He's a good support unit.
I have him full dupes, and I've pulled him so many times. I just started feeding him into his essay.
I must be honest. Early World Tournaments, I summoned on that other banner. I used to look at.
You know what? That's not a bad, like, when you think about it though. Those banner units typically are better units than the World Tournament units. They're not as rare.
The thing is, but I'd say not now. I think they've upped their game with the newer awakenings of the World Tournament units. I think the newer awakenings of the World Tournament units are at the point where you want them, whereas before they were meh. You know what I mean? That's how they were. But now they've come to a point where they're decent. You know what I mean? People like Majin Buu, Cell should have one soon, or he's got his. They're just, don't get me wrong, there's other characters that share the same name.
Man 2 and Cell's Awakening, I think that's going to be coming out on JP soon. They should be great. They should be great as support units.
I think the only problem is they share the same name as a character that's going to be better than them. Same as Vegeta. Vegeto's...
There's no great Saiyaman 2. There's that physical one, but he just gives like himself 90% attack, so he's not even that great.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
Yeah, and you could link him with the other Super Saiyan Great Saiyaman, and like that'll probably be a pretty decent rotation.
No, that's true. So as much as I'd say that this celebration is probably still, I mean, it's a mini celebration. You can't really kind of class it on the same level as bigger celebrations, but the fact that we're getting a traditional EZA in some ways makes a small little Halloween celebration probably a little bit better than the Gohan celebration that we just had. The Gohan celebration was horrendous. There was nothing to do for the last few weeks.
But that's definitely a Katsuki's fault, because the Japanese celebration had a lot more to it, and they just like stripped away some of it for some reason, like EZAs and everything else.
They don't like giving us EZAs, but let's not get upset. At least we're getting an EZA just now, hopefully for the Gotenks and Boo celebration. They'll up their game a little bit, although I'm slightly worried about that because they have taken some of that content away already and given it to us early. So I hope,
like the Dragon Ball History event.
Yeah, I seen somebody talking that they think they might give us a global first stage. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. We are not going to get Infinite Dragon Ball History. We will get a chain battle. I'm fully 100% certain we'll get a chain battle. Yay, chain battle's awesome. Let's all celebrate. You know my thoughts on chain battle. It's just too random for my liking.
I didn't even get first place, top 1% this last one.
I got 1%, but I must be honest, I only got 2 scores that were capable of getting me up there. It's not my teams. I know it's not my teams. It's basically by the way, I says to you on Discord that I hadn't seen your team. Your supporters that you put out were decent. You put out decent support. I didn't get my top score with yours, but I did get like 130 million or something using your supports. Your supports were decent. It's upsetting that you look and so many people on the friends list either A, don't grasp what they're supposed to put out, or B, well, there's 3, they might not have the units, but I do think there's a proportion of people that deliberately don't put out good units, because really, if you put out good units, all you're doing is giving somebody else a chance to outscore you. That is how this whole event works. So I do think there's a small proportion of people that deliberately put out crappy supports, but it doesn't matter. It's just too random for my liking. I wish it had more to do with your own box than what your friends had in their box. But we go on, at least you get good obs and stuff like that out of it. Right, so obviously, John, this has went a wee bit longer than it was supposed to go. I'm just going to finish up by saying, everybody, remember, me and John have got a race coming up tomorrow. It's 2 parts, 2 different things happening. I won't spoil what they are. Is there anything you want to drop in here, John, before we go? Make sure you go and check out John's channel and subscribe as well, by the way. I'll do that before he plugs himself. But is there anything you want to say before we go?
No, just, be sure to watch all the way to the end of those races, because they're pretty nuts. Pretty nuts.
Yeah, there was absolutely no cheating going on at all. None. Not any cheating at all. But no, that's great, John. Thanks for joining me. Again, I'm sorry it took so long. It was meant to just be a wee quick casual chat. I promised you your wife's going to batter you now, but there you go. But thanks for coming, guys. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you back for more Dokkan Battle content.
Bye, guys.